Hello, and welcome to another online class of Soul Stretch. So this is a very difficult class to teach because there's so many things going on in the world. There's so much turmoil, so much pain, so much hurt. And as a yoga teacher, as someone who is supposed to be a facilitator of wellness and peace and centeredness, I'm here today with none of those things. So it's tough to come and offer space for a community when there's so much pain, and meanwhile, while I'm hurting as well. But I am going to do my best. I kept trying to think about what I could do to help ease some of the pain, ease some of the unrest that is happening in bodies all around the world right now. And I wanted to find the best way to honor those who are no longer with us, those who we are fighting for today. And so the only way I thought to do that is to show up for class, still teach what I teach, but find a way to intertwine all of that into the class, because social justice is a big part of my work, and it's what I'm passionate about, and I continue to try to find ways to bring that into wellness, to communities that may not have access. So let's just get started, and just find a comfortable seat. As I told you in last class, I like to have as many props as possible. I have my couch pillow. I have a towel rolled up just to elevate my hips. Today is going to be a really easy, restorative class. And so make it as comfortable as you possibly can. Grab whatever props or cushions that you can to make this a restful class. And so we're going to start with meditation, but this meditation is unique in how it's being offered. So as we know, George Floyd was killed in an incident with the police. And we are fighting for justice to this day for George Floyd and for many other people in our community. But we know that George Floyd was taken from us in a specific act that lasted 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And so I ask that with this meditation that you honor him and join me in the meditation where we send light and love and peace to not only this world but to George Floyd's family. You know, he has a daughter that he left behind, and he has loved ones, and the world is hurting. So if we can just infuse some of our love and empathy outward towards those people that were closest to him, then I think we can do some good. I ask that you just join me in this meditation. Let's begin. Find your comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall and begin to connect to your breath. And while we are in this meditation, I ask that you begin to feel a sense of warmth and light and love radiating from your heart space and out into the world. Continue to breathe through this sensation. Continue to open your heart more and more, even if it feels uncomfortable or scary. It's important that we don't close off. And continue to breathe for those that were left with no breath. Because it is an honor and a privilege to have life force, our breath, to move in and out of our bodies. We breathe for those who are left with no breath. begin to come out of your meditation. And as we move through this short restorative practice, continue to hold that same light and love and breath throughout this practice. So we are going to move out of our seated position and coming to a kneeling position on our mat. We're going to open the knees, keep the big toes together, and bring your cushion between your inner thighs, between your knees. And from here, we are going to move into a supported child's pose. So inhale, begin to move forward, lying flat onto your pillow or bolster. And exhale once you get to your cushion, get to your comfortable place. Letting go all tension that's in the body. Keeping the head turned in one direction for now. Continue to breathe. And with each exhalation, begin to find more peace and more tension leaving the body. If you need to move around to find a comfortable place, feel free to do so. If it's hard for you to sit back on your heels, you can always bring a towel or blanket for underneath your sits bones, between your heels, just to bridge the gap and make it a little bit more comfortable. This is your resting pose, so make it as good as you can. Allow the body to just melt into your cushion. Letting the tension in your shoulders and in your neck and in your head melt away. When you're ready, you can turn your head to the opposite side, looking in the opposite direction. on your next inhalation, slowly come out of your supported child's pose. Keep your bolster or your cushion in front of you. And from here, we are going to line the cushion up with our left thigh. So sitting at the back of your mat, your cushion is out lengthwise towards the top of your mat. Line the cushion up with your left thigh, your left foot. The sole of your foot is going to be lined up with your right thigh. And from here, we are going to turn our upper torso, our upper body, towards the tops of our mats and towards the top of our cushion. We're going to lie down, creating a nice stretch or a nice twist in our back. As you move into this pose, begin to breathe into it and let the tension release with each breath. It should feel as if you're sinking into the pillow more and more. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always turn to restorative yoga because that's often what we need. We need restoration because it feels as if something's been lost, as if we've given too much and haven't gotten enough in return. But it's up to us to fill that cup. And restorative yoga can be that in many cases. As you're breathing, begin to deepen each inhalation. See if you can get that breath to reach your back and side body. This is a good position to feel it. It feels as if your whole body is breathing. And on your next inhalation, we are going to gently come out of this position. Slowly and mindfully. You never want to move quickly out of any type of twist, even if it's restorative. Then we're going to move to the opposite side. So this time we are lining up our right thigh with the bottom of our cushion. Left thigh, or the left thigh is lined up with our inner sole of our right foot. We're going to turn to face the top of our mat and gently lie down onto our bolster or pillow. On your next inhalation, we're going to slowly come out of our twist. You can move your props out of the way. And come to our backs. Our knees are still bent, feet are flat on the floor. And on our next inhalation, we are going to bring our knees up to our chest, wrap our arms around our knees, and give them a hug. You can rock side to side if that feels comfortable for you. With each exhalation, drawing the knees closer and closer to the chest. But at the same time, allowing the shoulders to fall towards the mat, towards the floor as much as you can. We're not scrunching. We're going to Gently release the knees from the chest, but still keeping them bent and keeping the feet off of the floor. We're going to slowly start to make circles with our knees. Inhaling and exhaling to the rhythm that we're creating with our movement. Maybe going in opposite directions. Doing our best to keep our tailbones on the mat. From here, we are going to, actually, let's sit up, grab our bolster or pillow, and bring it behind our backs, behind our tailbone. And from here, we're going to lie back on top of that pillow and bring the soles of our feet together, allowing the knees to move outward and fall, allowing gravity to do its job. This is Reclined Butterfly. Continue to breathe into this pose. If this stretch feels a little too intense for you, feel free to use your blocks, another pillow, blanket, towel to create more support underneath the thighs. That will look like this. Remember, use whatever you need to support yourself throughout your practice. You know your body better than anyone else, better than any yoga teacher, better than any doctor. You know what feels off, and you know what feels right. So honor that. Allow your pillow to support you. Your pillow is supported by the earth. You know, it's said in a lot of yoga practices that women especially tend to hold a lot of our stress, our trauma, our emotions in our hips. And so you want to be careful when you are doing hip opening postures, because it can release a lot of stuck emotions. So be mindful if there are things that begin to come up for you. And if you can, try to do hip opening exercises as much as you can, as long as it feels safe for you. Because the purpose of, well, for me, the purpose of yoga is to create an open body, an open vessel, so that trauma and our stress and our emotions do not get stuck. We need an open temple so that when we're responding to things, when we're showing up in the world, it's not our past traumas, it's not our past experiences that are speaking for us, but we can tap into what we were actually feeling in that moment and express it accurately. But a lot of us are carrying so much, so many different emotions, so many different past experiences in our body that it's hard for us to tell what is what. So do yourself a favor and move your body, stretch your body, breathe your body as much as possible. And on your next inhalation, you can bring your legs back together. You can come up to seated to remove your props. But we are preparing for our final resting pose. So whatever props you need in your normal Shavasana, in your normal corpse pose, go ahead and grab those. I like to have my bolster underneath my legs, and I like to have a pillow underneath my neck and head. So go ahead and set yourself up for your Shavasana. And once you are there, in your comfortable place, begin to settle in. Maybe shake the legs out, shake your feet, allowing them to release any tension and to just fall towards the floor, fall open. And slowly begin to pay attention to other parts of your body. Where are you holding tension? Where are you holding your stress? I personally hold it in my neck and shoulders. And so when I'm experiencing headaches and cloudy thinking, it is often a symptom of the tension that I've been holding. If that's you, it may be beneficial to have a pillow or a towel rolled up under your neck and shoulders. But also be mindful of your jaw. Are you clenching? Are you grinding your teeth? If so, part your lips. How do your eyes feel? If they're closed, are you still squinting your eyes? If so, soften your gaze. Soften your brows and your forehead. And allow your body to be supported by the earth.
begin to bring movement back to your body. You can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Maybe allow the pillow or towel that's underneath your head, if you have one, to massage your neck and head. And when you're ready, you can roll to one side and pause there for a moment. And on your next inhale, come back up to seated position. Thank you once again for joining me for this online class. Thank you for taking the time out to engage in some wellness for yourself, for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's increasingly important that we create space for ourselves to rest, to breathe, to have some downtime, because we are going to be, and we are, inundated with information, with traumatic images, with traumatic speech, and it is important for you to take time to cut those things off and rest your mind, rest your eyes. You can't be anything to anyone else if you don't have anything for yourself. So be selfish, cut Instagram off, cut Facebook off for some time, and rest. So I'm thinking about you all, and I cannot wait until the shelter in place, or I don't even know if that's what it is anymore. I cannot wait until we can be back in the presence, in the physical presence of each other again. There's so much that comes with community, seeing each other's eyes, holding hands, hugs. Those things are very important, and don't let the absence of those things create a space of detachment. Know that there are people out there, there's community, and we are all together, and we will be together physically again. But until then, take time. Whatever it is that you like to do, get out and move your body and create time for yourself. So thank you. Be well.